So we've come from Portsmouth to St Malo on an overnight ferry, got to Fishabil nice and early, and first impressions, it's a really beautiful lake, a lot bigger than I was expecting it to be. We've had a little lead around and they've told us the way to fish it is basically bait up a pole, put as much in as you can and the fish are going to turn up. So first approach, I'm not going to ignore the bailiff's advice, I'm going to try that. I've just made up a big bucket of bait. I'm going to go out there in the boat, bait it up, which you can do, but you've got to cast from the bank. So I'm nearly all ready to go, let's get the rods out. I don't think I'm going to be getting in this very elegantly either, mate. So I've just bought a landing net pole out. The lake is really silty everywhere, and where my marker landed, it did feel a little bit firmer. So I've just bought a landing net pole, and you can see from the first few taps, it really is full of stinky silt out here. So it's going to be about either trying to find a harder spot or putting lots of bait on top of the silt and getting the fish feeding. But yeah, it's very soft. But I've fished a lot softer, worse silt, to be fair. It's easy to present a bait on that. Rather than fish a lead clip, you probably want to fish something like a helicopter. So I'll probably have 2 helicopter rigs on and 1 lead clip. But yeah, that way your rig's going to sit above all this silt. And we're just drifting a little bit, so I'm going to pull us back on course. And then I'm going to drop a marker pole in. And that marker pole, that can remain out here for the rest of the week. Any fish that swim past it, it simply just goes down and pops back up, so you ain't going to move your marker pole. And you can continuously bait. We're only here 3 days, so it's worth putting a marker out. We can't really move swims. Once you've booked your swim here, you've booked your swim. And you can book it with groups of people. Like we're all in a group over there, so you can have a right old social. Anyway, I'm waffling on now. Let's get some bait in. There you go, there's your pole. In place. I always like to chuck a bit right next to the pole, because if the fish are in the area and they're getting on the bait, you'll see the pole banging around. So the pole's a really good indication that you've got fish in the area. So even though I spread the bait around it, I always chuck a couple right on the pole. This is a really good indication the fish are about. Bang on, so I'll just wrap that now and that'll give me the range on all 3 of my rods. And that's how we're going to start. I often don't tie my hairs when I come abroad, because if you get there and you find out there's loads of small fish and you want to change your bait size, if you've got your hair not pre-tied, you can then make it a lot longer to fit a bigger bait. Okay, so on here I've got the uni lead clip, then I've got 20-pound fluorocarbon, a few sinkers on it, everything's tungsten all the way up it. It's nice and stiff, so as it hits the bottom it's going to push away. The hook is a size 4 snag hook. And yeah, so it's super sharp, but also strong. So if I hook a big cat or a sturgeon or something like that, it ain't gonna bend the hook out. And then on the end there, I've just got a banoffee boilie in white, and that is a wafter. 4 foot off the side of the pole, and that is my left-hand rod. That is exactly where I wanted it. It's great when you're filming and you get it right. It means that we ain't got to keep cutting it. Lovely. It's a thing of art. Not me, the cast.
Fishabil for me was just a lake down the road. I've been out here since 2007. So we always knew about Fishabil, and yeah, in 2021 I was approached to see if I wanted to take on the lease. So what an opportunity. So Fishabil is an 84-acre lake. It's renowned for its amount of stock. On record, we've got receipts stating back through the years of over 40 tonne of carp which have been introduced to the lake. Catfish, they were introduced many years ago. We have got some very big cats in here, some on to the point of just over the 200-pound bracket, but we are seeing a huge amount of 100-pounders being banked. Only a couple of weeks ago we had a 176-pound catfish banked, so plenty of predators to throw at. We've got sturgeon into their 80 pounds. We've got around about 50 to 60 sturgeon in the lake. I would say the average is around about 40, 50 pound, but we have got some which are just touching the 80 pound bracket. The carp, we've got a carp record of 64 pound, but since I've been running it since November, we have seen 5 different 50s, a good head of 40s, and at the moment I would say the average is around about 30 pound, 28 to 30 pound, but the amount of fish what are coming out at this moment in time is phenomenal. Just last weekend we had a French angler, Benoit. He had 51 fish on the bank, and within three and a half days. Okay, at Fishabil we run a food package. We are just setting up a delivery system where we come to you, so it doesn't mean you have to reel in and come down to the dining room, but we do house a dining room which will fit 20 anglers quite easily, making it a lot more sociable and where you can have a beer and a chat and a bit more of a social. But like I say, we are sort of like developing a delivery system where we can get the food to you, so your downtime on the bank is very minimal. We run bait here. We've got a fresh frozen company which is not far, who's a very good friend of mine, which we supply all fresh bait on site. Pellets, particles, we have it all here. So we are introducing a bait package, so it's a bit cost effective for the anglers, excuse the wasp. Other facilities what we have here on site, we have the toilets and the shower facilities, and we also have 4 apartments, 3 of them which are 2 single beds, separate toilets and separate kitchen, and we have another apartment which is more designed for a couple. It has a double bed. It's the larger of the apartments, and it has a separate lounge and kitchen area. New to Fishabil, we have a large flat which is above the bar. It holds 2 double bedrooms, a separate lounge and dining area, which is more catered for obviously 2 couples or a family. But the only downside to that one is that you can't fish from the apartment, where the other 4 apartments, you're 5-6 metres away from your rods. Also at Fishabil we have a bar. It's fully stocked. We're having a TV. My main aim is to hold sporting events there, so we have the television there. So hopefully, any guys who are into football, we can house those sort of events, from Formula 1 to the football. But on the back of that, we've got a bigger, what we call the cinema room. Basically, it's a large room. It's got a bigger TV, and I'm hoping to get obviously Wi-Fi into the TV system. So again, we can house bigger sporting events.
So just had a lovely bit of dinner, hunter's chicken and some roast potatoes down in the lodge there. Met some lads from Ackland Stanley and had a good chat and laugh with them. They've had a few fish yesterday, so it's looking good. Like a few fish are coming out. So it's now time to get the rods out, and hopefully the next time I see you, we'll have a carp to show you. Well, it's been a quiet night. The lads have managed a couple to just around 30 pound, but my side of the swim has been really quiet. The fish are out really long at about probably 350 yards. I'm the right caster, but I'm not that good. But there's a few fish coming out around the lake, but I'm hoping tomorrow there's a wind change. It's going to push a few more fish my way. So just going to stay relaxed. I'm going to go and have a shower, have some dinner, get the rods back out and have a good time. Well, I only just got that rod out and it's gone. Doesn't feel a monster, but after watching the fish at 350 yards and in front of all the other anglers all day, it's nice to actually get a bite. Do you want to net this for us, Dan? It's a bit of a nightmare, isn't it? Yeah, go on, Tim. There you go. Yes! It took a whole 24 hours to get that bite. Well, we literally just got one in the net after 24 hours without a bite, and the other rod's gone. And when we got back from buying some chocolate croissants, we see a couple of fish roll, so it looks like while we've been away, the fish have moved in and they're getting on the bait a bit. Charming, mate. I wish I could do that impression. Bit night time now, you'd be getting treble takes, definitely. Glad I put that red spring on, saved me lead. Yay. Discus fish. Thank you, mate. So £24, that'll do for a start. So have a quick look at her. Yeah. Well, that's a nice little start, £24 short fat two-toned mirror and almost a double take. Got this one in the net and the other rod was off straight away as well. So this was £24. Let's slip her back and have a look at the other one. Well, that's what this place is known for. The bites come in quick concession. So I'm going to quickly get this one back. It's not even a 20, but it's nice to be getting amongst them. Tim's in.
This is not another green. Activate. Oh, please, you activate dumbbell and.
It's all about the main line. It's all about the main line.
White testicle.
That's a well mad markings on this fish. It's not like fish, you know. This one. It's in the rocks. Mate, it's a good fish. I reckon that's a 40, that. Yeah, it's a good fish. Upper 30, I reckon. Nice fish.
So he's about 31.
Is he? Looks well bigger than that, doesn't it? Well, it's been kicking off after them 2 bites. Tim's rod went, he's just had a 30. We've just turned around to come back and my middle rod has absolutely mounted and the fish has just rolled behind my marker as I'm playing this one. They have definitely turned up. Achy back, that one. Thanks, Tim. Well, it's just had our dinner, listening to a bit of music, a few beers, and the rod's going. We're having a brilliant time here, catching loads of fish. This is the biggest so far, £32, but I'm sure there's bigger to come. This is what you come to France for. Good company, good food, catch a few fish and have a good laugh. Who wouldn't want to come here? Look at this thing. It's like a marlin going round. That's you done, innit? Just under 29. Our first common. We've had a brilliant day today. Went down the supermarket, got a bit of food, came back. As soon as we got the rods out, it was kicking off. We was all getting bites, loads of fish. Now we're just going to sit down, have a few beers and enjoy this lovely French sunset. I'll see you in the morning and hopefully we'll be having some bigger fish. lovely 35 is a great start to the day. Last night it kicked off. Dan had a 46-pound grass carp. Wild Boar had a massive sturgeon that beat him up. Tim had a 28, it was kicking off. I had a 37, really good evening. So I got out of first light, put a bit more bait out. I've had this one at first light, 35-pound. I'm gonna slip him back and hopefully it's gonna kick off again this afternoon like it did yesterday. It's been great fun.
Off he goes. Straight. There it is.
I love coming over to France with a few mates, getting away from England, unwinding, not taking my fishing too seriously. It's a part of my calendar that I look forward to every year. It's always better when you come away to have too much bait. So how I do that is I bring shelf life. So I bring sort of half frozen, half shelf life. I start the week off by using my frozen and then I can rely on the shelf life. This particular session, when I looked into the lake, I found out there was a massive stock of fish in here, plus other species like catfish and sturgeon, and I practically emptied my freezer. I bought 10 kilo of cell and about 20 kilo of banoffee, a load of buckwheat. The other lads are using different baits and they're catching just as well, so I think it's just about putting a lot of bait in and holding a shoal of fish. So if you're coming out to Fishabil, make sure you bring enough bait to see you buy. If you don't, they sell it on site as well. I'm saying 34.8. No, it was all wrong. Similar sort of time as yesterday. There's loads of fish out there. Tim's just had a nice common. Mine's gone. I've just had this 31-pounder. And we're expecting a few more bites. We're going to shoot off and get some dinner in a little while, but rest the swim, bait up before we go, see what happens this evening. Well, I've had a great time at Fishabil. We've had plenty of action, the food's been amazing, there's been cold drinks available, they've got bait here, everything you need, showers. So basically, if you're going to come here, the easiest way to book it is to go on to Go Catch, look at its availability, send them an email, and you could be coming out here as well. It's probably one of the best social lakes I've ever fished. When you come out with a group, you can all fish pretty close to each other, but you've still got a load of water in front of you. So if you're looking for somewhere to come with some mates, a bit of a getaway, this is the perfect venue.